and Earl.
Afternoon, everybody. This is Mike Ash. What a beautiful day out there today. And I'll tell you, the write-up was really nice. Today's a special day. We're going to try something that I think it's important with the time of the year. We're getting closer to Christmas, and I'm thinking about space. And we've already used the first floor to some degree, and we never discussed the basement.
And that's where Santa lands, Mike. He doesn't land on the roof this year. He comes in through the basement window.
That's right. He wants to make sure he sees us all being
sneaking around. He's coming in from underneath.
He knows what we're doing.
All right, so we're going to do basements today, Mike, huh?
I think it's important because after this weekend, seeing where I was, and they could have utilized more space.
Okay, well, that's thinking inside the box. And
sometimes we're in, sometimes we're out.
Outside of the box, we were thinking of the sheds, Mike. There was some shed space.
Shed work is pretty good, too.
We'll talk about sheds at another point.
Some people are still scared of the shed, because
when Bill arrives. He'll
be scared also.
We have a new co-host coming in today.
Bill's great.
Bill Barshow. He's
Long
going
time.
to be. He was a little enthusiastic about a party we went to where the shed doubled as a family room, great room / party room. So we were going to take off on that, but since he's not here, we're going to do the basements. We're going to talk about finishing off your basement, Mike.
Do something with it, except not waste
inside
space.
the box.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's get started, Mike. Let's see. What do we do? Let's take it. Let's use the same equation that we used with the home improvement project, and try and overlay that into a basement project. So the first steps is, if somebody's thinking about their basement and they have now downstairs, what do they have? Just a boiler, a furnace, and some concrete blocks, some
verticals, concrete basement floor, some sheetrock that looks spackled but never finished off well.
Some water leaks, perhaps.
I don't know. How's that look?
It was some pipes exposed, hanging down off the ceiling. Tons of pipes.
Boilers exposed. Hot water heaters exposed.
Electrical wires, perhaps.
Maybe nicely
stapled.
Pinned.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
Hopefully. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things.
Basement.
So what do you think we should do first, Mike?
Depends what you want to use the basement for.
Okay, so define what will we do down there.
There's a couple of choices. Do you want to increase living space? Do you need an entertainment area? Do you need a living space as far as a bedroom and bathroom and small kitchen? Is your in-laws moving in? Are you at a point in life where the kids need an entertainment area other than your living room so that you can breathe and read a book once in a while?
Nice. A library, a bibliothèque.
You need a place for yourself, and the kids need a place for themselves also.
How about a media room, Mike?
Ooh, a media room is great when the kids get older.
Theaters,
I love
home theaters.
They really do. But it all depends
bowling
what you
alleys,
need.
Mike. Bowling alleys, depending on.
It doesn't take up that much space for a single lane. I gotta tell you, it really doesn't. It's the changer at the end you got to worry about.
What else have we done? And lap pools. Some lap pools we've put, actually, small swimming.
I like a small pool with that motor that blows the current towards you, so you have to work against current.
So we have many options, Mike.
Yes, depends on your needs, I always say. But in any case, to waste a basement is like you're being billed for that space, and you're being charged for it on a regular basis of everything you do, taxes, everything. And not to utilize it is really foolish, except for a washer and dryer, if you do that at all. So let's assume you want to now divide that basement into 3 living spaces, 3 areas, let's call it.
Well, who do you call first?
That's a good question.
Who do you call? Or do you sketch? Do you put some ideas yourself down on paper, Mike?
I think most people have no idea, except they'll come with you with an idea. Especially in your end.
Right. They know they want a weight room or a workout area. They want to have a family area for their kids.
One way or the other, right. I have a son right now who has one boy and another one on the way, thank God. And he's at a point now where he needs to increase his space. Why? I used to come up and have my own bedroom. The kid has a bedroom, but I'm using the second kid's bedroom. So where am I going to stay, Lee?
The shed.
I hope
now you know why we have to have a shed show
out there. I don't want to start cranking
there's heat. There's TVs. There's refrigerators. There's cook surfaces.
I know.
But that's another show.
That's another show, right?
So I guess you have to go to the basement, Mike.
Right. So I've told him now that, what do you need? He says, well, I've got to create a situation where someone can live downstairs. I like to work out with weights. I'd like to have an entertainment area. So by the time we got done with it, it was dividing in 3 different sections.
Nice.
So you have to think about this furnace system and the heating system.
It's already there in a certain location.
Do you want to cover it? Do you want to enclose it?
You're not moving it. You're going to leave it where it is.
You have no choice. You're leaving it. It's crazy. You have the ceiling to deal with to hide the pipes.
No moving any pipes or anything. Again, just leaving everything, trying to work around.
Hopefully that's all.
What's there? Okay.
You might want to bring some electric into the room. You might want to bring some additional heat or air conditioning into the room.
and duct work. Okay.
Okay, so that all has to be done mechanically first.
So a lot of things, a lot of prep has to go into that.
More than the finished product.
Right, more than the finished product. So
because basements are a little different, I'll tell you why. There are ways of dividing the basement in sections with poles in the way.
Correct.
You don't have to remove all those poles entirely out. You can then create some type of header that'll carry the load between two poles where there were originally three.
Right. Eliminate one piece of that structural, the column there that's holding up the house.
And that's usually, I remember on one of the last ones we did, we took out two of them in the basement.
Now, Mike, hold on. Let's, for people that don't know that. So when you remove these columns, what you have above that is a piece of structure that's called a girder, and that is supporting structurally the main floor and the second floor of your house. So when you tell people you want to remove one of these, sometimes there's panic, Mike. So you have to think. You have to, right. So
I'll
you
make
have to
it worse than
explain,
that.
right?
I'll make it even tougher than that. Let's say you're taking out a post, and you now have a kitchen above one of the posts, and that post is now dealing with a ceramic floor in the kitchen. And you know that in order to take out a post, you got to kind of flex that horizontal piece a little higher before you
crown. That's called the crown.
Oh, is that what
right?
crown?
Yes,
before you take that post out.
That's right. So you have to put it up on the reverse side because you know it's going to come down a little bit because of the weight, the extra weight of the ceramic.
And you got ceramic up there. Hopefully, you're not looking to crack anything.
That's right. So you have
It's not a do-it-yourself type of project.
Right, and it's something that's you have to be very, very slow and methodical with the replacement of that.
You know, that's one of those jobs you have to really be careful with because to lose the floor upstairs will be too costly.
Then, yeah, that's no good because we as contractors would have to then retile that job, Mike.
I wouldn't be happy, so I'm making sure this job's going up nicely.
Okay, so if we remove these columns, we're going to replace it with either a wood beam, which is a composite beam, a micro lam or a glue lam, or a composite of steel and wood, or an I-beam.
I would think the architect would normally get involved at this point.
Right, so if you're going to do something like that, it's important to have the architect involved.
Because someone's got to determine the weight exchange that's necessary.
Let's go back a step then, Mike, now. So we've got all our concepts together again, and now we call up either the architect. Of course, that would be me.
I didn't think of anyone else.
I was thinking of somebody else.
What's your name again?
Or you would call up Billy now, who's going to be working with American Design and Build, and you would be getting a team of architect and builder with American Design and Build. So either way, you would have somebody who is a design professional who is able to sit there with you now with your ideas and talk to you intelligently about your budget. Again, so you have your ideas and budget, and you say we have a basement that's 28 by 35, let's say. We have a staircase coming down. We have a furnace, like Mike says. We have some overhead pipes and electrical conduits and cables and telephone wires.
And a ping-pong table, maybe.
We have a ping-pong table. We have Grandma's old piano down there and a few other things we have to remove. Right. And we want to get started. So the first steps was to come up with your ideas and a budget. The next is to sit down with your design professional or design build team and draw up some sort of conceptual plans as to what you want to do based on your budget.
Make this a reality on paper now.
And that, at that point, can also be bid by other builders because now you have a diagram of what you're trying to do. Also, you may be thinking of doing something and your budget doesn't meet that. So the design professional will...
Sometimes you have to curtail some of your ideas in order to fit the first phase of the budget.
That's right. So your design professional or design team would advise you accordingly that either the budget needs to be increased or the budget is fine.
I'll give you a good example. Let's say we're going to divide this in 3 pieces.
Are we putting a bathroom in, Mike? This is always a big one.
I need a bathroom in the basement.
We tell people that all the time.
You know the difference between regular stairs and basement stairs? Basement stairs have more steps.
That's only because you have to get to the bathroom upstairs, Mike.
I'm telling you, I don't want to go upstairs to the bathroom. So we're putting a bathroom on this job. I want a bathtub, I want a toilet, and I want a vanity.
That's right. I agree. We always tell, even if it costs a little extra, sometimes...
Let's do it now.
Sometimes people don't have a gravity feed, which means you can tie directly in. So the bathrooms in the basement have a minimum fee based on an ejection pump that's being put in and installed. And then the 3
That's done by a plumber.
Right.
Okay, he's going to be digging a pump that collects with no smells, no odors, in an enclosed capsule that collects from the toilet, and then we'll pump it up to the basic system.
The system. And sometimes they grind it. Sometimes it's a grinder pump.
I don't care what they do with it.
We're going to take a break right now. We are looking for your calls about your basement home improvement project. 651-1110, Lee and Mike.